I know a place where the prairie draws down. It's outside a little old Watson town. And if you go down there, you're gonna see moonlighted shivers off the bounds of trees. The tracks of man disappear in some timeless mist. It's all that's left of some ancient sea, where creation waits so patiently to be freed by the righteous flood, to wash away all the lifeless mud that holds every heart ever broken in two. Now if you listen, you will hear the urgent stirrings of a day that's near, down in the sag, way on down in the sag. In my headlights there are two wild eyes. They welcome me, they see through my disguise. And it's a refuge where the hunted go to find peace and be left alone. You can go down there too to shake the price of your bed, and you can wallow down in the mud and let the dampness down to cool your blood, and then slither right out of your skin and learn to walk right again and stand free and clean with the new morning sun. The future waits as the promise nears. We'll walk this prairie for unnumbered years, down in the sag, way on down in the sag. People say that those old waters talk. Well, I don't think so. I think that those waters mock every idea that's become a tool to fit the hand of that original fool that thought he knew more than the truth. The die is cast, now the face that's in. The lie's been told, now the world has been. I know it's heavy, but you got to learn from dust to weak.
There you go. Hello, thanks a lot for buying this video. When I made this video, I had some objectives in mind, and one of those objectives is to introduce you to a coon trapping system that really is second to none in terms of quickness, effectiveness, humaneness to the critter. I mean, it is just a super system that you're going to see in this video. And most of this video is going to be out on the line. I just refuse to make a video that's in the shop, sitting on the pickup of a truck. I want actual footage on a trap line, and this is a long trap line. So what you're going to see in this video is you're going to see us run the line. It starts off before the sun comes up. And we have about 247 grizzes. That's the most grizzes I've run. I set up the line for fall trapping, but also with the objective of putting this video together. And we nailed 61 coons on this run, so it was a good day by anybody's standards. And we'll show most of the catches. And what I'll do is I'll put inserts into the video, just like you're seeing now, where we give some more instruction. I narrate while I'm doing this, but I want this to build on itself as we go, and I firmly believe that viewers get more out of a video when it's somewhat entertaining, and you folks are trappers, and so that's entertainment right there, is being on the line with me. So I think you'll get a lot out of it. Secondly, the objective of this is it's a system that's easy to sell to farmers, It's easy to sell to your legislators because this trap, the little grizz, is a very selective trap. And like I mentioned, it's very easy on the foot. Critter can't chew on the foot. You aren't going to get anybody's dog. I've never yet caught a cat. I've heard of people catching cats. In the video, you're going to see one possum caught. I think that actually you won't see any possums caught. We caught 3 possums that day. I've caught skunks, but very few over the years. And you catch a mouse or something like that on occasion, but it's really a very selective trap. And I think it's a futuristic trap because of that selectivity and the way it's easy on the foot. So as we get further into the video, I'm going to give you some specifics on how this thing works, how to speed set it, etc. Lastly, I want you to come away from this video with the concept of long lining. I've done lots of long lining. I'm 50 years old. I was a free spirit until I was 28, where I state hopped, ran really long trap lines, racked up good numbers of fur. I've slept in my pickup. I've eaten cold soup out of cans, out of the soup cans themselves. I mean, I've been there. I've paid my dues. This isn't something that I just picked up a few years ago and got into. I've dedicated a lot of my life to trapping, and I've ridden some hard roads trapping, and I wouldn't change any of it. But long lining is hard work, in particular when you're away from home. Now that I'm older, I have a real job, I have a family, and this line is close to home. I may make a trip here and there in my future, but I'm never going to do what I once did. My body can't do it anymore. But what I want you to get out of this video is just playing some of the rhythm, some of the movements, some of just the concepts that you'll see that makes a person very effective when they want a long line and rack up fur. You'll notice how I stay close to the pickup. You'll notice how I try and minimize my movements, how I try and maximize the energy that I do have by shortcuts, by finding ways to make things easier. And this little grizz plays right into that. It plays right into this aging body, and some of you guys are young and can go from before the sun comes up to well after it. I don't do that anymore, but this grizz, I'm not punching holes into the sides of banks anymore. It has really made my trapping easier for me, although I still like to, after I made this video, I went and trapped some mink, and I trapped some coyotes and some fox. But man, talk about an easy way to trap. This grizz has it. This trap has that, and so that's why I think it's a futuristic trap. You're not going to see me digging any holes or sifting any dirt. It's just a very simple trap. So let's take a little closer look at this trap. Some of you I know have probably used it. Some of you maybe have not. Let's look at it a little closer. The grizz is a simple concept. It's just a tube, and the critter actually has to pull up on the lever to trigger the trap. Not push down like about any other trap out there, but pull up. And that's what makes it unique. And you know, this trap is patented, the manufacturer of the trap. I'm not sure how he thought of the concept of having a coon pull up on a trigger. I never would have thought of that. I'm in the old mode. Critter's got to push down, but the critter pulls up, and that's what fires the trap. I don't do any modifications on this trap other than put a flat stake swivel on the end. You can't get a better swivel than that. Plus I have an inline swivel. When the trap comes, it has a swivel here and has a universal swivel at the end, and so that's what I changed. I put a flat stake and then I move an inline swivel. I run a 2-day trap line, and I like the critters to be able to swivel very nicely. Now in the video you're going to see there's probably 2 or 3 or 4 places where the critter's dead, and because I blew it. I didn't allow the critter to swivel, and that critter was probably in there 2 nights, maybe 2.5 nights, because of the way I set the line up. That was still legal though. But if they get wrapped up in some branches, that stresses them out terribly. And so what I've done since then is just become adamant that there's no branches to tangle in, and that's what they do. And of course, any dryland trapping I do with canines, I have this set up. Swivels pay for themselves. The trap is set real easily. You'll see the system I use in here. I put fish wool under the trigger, and then I put some lure in there that we make. It's called Kicker. And I'm going to show you a speed setting later on in the video. There's a system out there that just makes this so easy. But all you do is you push this V in the ground. If the ground is at all soft, you turn it once, and so your trap is supported like that. And away you go.